Shrimp tempura is a very famous Japanese appetizer that prepare you before the main course, which usually is sushi. It has always been an interest for me when I'm out having sushi to know how to make it. And in today's video, I will show you how to make this delicious shrimp tempura for you and your family at home. Okay, let's get cooking. You will need a few ingredients, and the main ingredients is shrimps. You can use any kind of shrimp that you like, but the bigger the shrimp the better. The one that I'm using, the bigger size, this one is size 31 and 40, and this one here is size 50 and 60. You will need this fry mix powder, this red bag or the other bag, that would be okay. They work the same way. You can purchase them from any Chinese grocery store. These two shrimp, one shrimp is being stretched and the other one is not stretched. And you can see the difference. One is longer and one is curling. I have deveined the shrimp and peel off the skin. And I also clean them, and the bottom part here is the lining that hold the shrimp together, that make the shrimp curl. In order for us to easily stretch the shrimp, we have to cut the lining, and which is the bottom part or the stomach of the shrimp. We're going to angle slice them all the way to the tail. And as you can see, after you cut the stomach lining part of the shrimp is straighter. And as for the shrimp on the side here, it's not as straight because the lining on the bottom of the shrimp, it holds the shrimp curling. Now you can choose to slice on the side of the shrimp, or you can choose to slice on the top of the shrimp right there. Slice it at an angle, but not slice it all the way through, about 1/4 through the shrimp. And now you're going to use those 3 fingers to press the shrimp down, so this way the shrimp will stretch longer. And that's it on how you can stretch the shrimp longer, and so this way it will look better when you fry them. As you can see, the two side by side, one is being stretched on how long it is, and the other one is not stretched. It's like it double the size. And sometimes when you just start doing it, you may break the shrimp, just like I do right here. That it should be okay. Another method that you can stretch a shrimp is by slicing on the side of the shrimp, and after you have to slice the bottom of the shrimp again, so this way the shrimp can be easily stretched without the shrimp breaking apart. And after you're done slicing the side and the stomach part of the shrimp, you can follow the same method by using the 3 fingers to press it down. And here are the shrimp that I have finished. If you want a nice presentation, the skin tail, I recommend to leave it on. Don't peel it off completely. Before we can start to fry those shrimps, we have to at first lightly coat the shrimps with the frying powder mix. Now you can coat the shrimp with the frying powder mix. After you're done coating, you can put it back into the plate, and after that we will use the leftover flour, and I will show you how to mix the batter. Before we start to fry the shrimp, we have to mix 2 kind of batters. Here is the leftover frying mix powder earlier. You can put it into a cup. 2 cups of ice cold water with some ice in there. You only need 1 egg, but I have double egg there, but that should be okay. Any size of egg is good. And you also add 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Now you can mix everything together, and after you can add 1 cup of frying mix powder. I have a lot of ice cube in the water earlier, but they melted. I just want to make sure that you use ice cold water that has some ice in there. Lightly mix everything together. It's okay if there is some clumps of flour in the liquid, and that should be okay because later on it's just gonna dissolve on its own. The ice cold water will keep the starch down, so this way when it fried, when it is time to fry this light batter, it will be crunchy and not as chewy. And here is the second batter, 1 cup of frying mix powder, the same powder. this one will be a thicker batter where you can dip the shrimp in here. 3/4 cup of cold water. Mix everything together until everything combines smoothly. This batter is thicker and the batter in a bigger bowl that is thinner, which we will use for the outer coat to make the shrimp tempura really crunchy. In this big bowl here is more liquidy, and as for the one in the smaller bowl that is more thicker, I will show you how to use both of them. Add generous amount of cooking oil and after turn on the stove to high heat. You will need to bring everything close, the light batter, the thicker batter, and the shrimp closely together. And now you can coat the shrimp with the thicker batter. You need to prep this before you start to fry the shrimps. You don't have to put one by one like me. You can throw in a whole bunch, and after I will show you how to do it next. The shrimp that I'm using that was in my freezer, it didn't have any tail, so I just used this one. But if you can use a shrimp that has tail, like the skin on the tail, then you need to dip it the way that I do. Only dip the body of the shrimp and leave the tail hanging on the top or on the edge of the bowl. And next, I will bring in the lighter batter and show you. Here is a way that you can test if the oil is hot enough. So when you drizzle some light batter in there, it float up right away. That means the oil is good. When you see that, you can start to turn the heat lower. You can turn it to about number 7. You will also need a fine strainer where you can strain all the small frying batter in the hot oil so it doesn't get burned in the hot oil. This is the light batter. You can stir it a bit before you start to fry it. At first, I use this strainer and I don't recommend. I will show you what I mean in a bit. Now you can pour in the batter and it will cook like that. So now it is small part, and the mistake that I made is I scoop it too fast, so the batter, the small batter, it actually stuck on the basket. So you want to make sure that you wait till it brown a little bit before you start to do this. Like I said, this strainer is not a good strainer to use because it tends to stuck to the small batter and it's hard to scrape it off. And so I will use a different method and I will show you what I mean in a bit. It turned out not so bad, but the process just a bit slower. But like I said, I will show you a different technique in a bit. And so I just want to let you know that if you have this kind of strainer, don't use it. You only need to fry the shrimp for 1 minute, and after that it should be good. The shrimp tempura doesn't turn out that bad. It's just that I like a faster process, and with this method it is a bit slower. After each time that you fry the shrimps, you always have to use a fine strainer to scoop out all the small batter that is burned in there, that is more brown. You can scoop it all out. Here the same thing, you can follow the same method by dipping the shrimp into the thicker batter and leave the tail hanging on the rim of the bowl. So you always have to do this step before you start to put the lighter batter into the hot oil. Again, stir it a bit and after pour it in and pour it in slowly. So in this method, I use the metal spatula, and if you have something else similar to this, you can also use it too. So you can use a spatula to break all the batter apart. It will take you about 10 to 15 seconds before it starts to firm up the loose batter, and when it starts to get harder a bit, so it's easier to gather. So you can grab the shrimp that is in a thick batter and drop it in on the top of the fried batter and roll it. So just like this one, you gather the batter that is fried and after put the shrimp that is in a thick batter on top and roll it. You always have to gather the fried batter to one side of the pot and after put in the shrimp that is in the batter that just freshly dipped, and that is the only way that it will grab and make the shrimp flaky and crunchy. I just want to let you know that this process is really tedious. It's not that easy like I shown you, It's take some practice before you start to perfect it. So anytime that you watch a video, it may seem easy, but as you are doing it, because you're so unfamiliar with the steps, I guarantee you it take really longer, and sometimes you don't even want to do it. But that is okay, because sometimes in order for you to make it better, you have to make some mistake, right? So in the process of making it, I find that it's taking longer because I have to record it and get a really good footage for you guys. But I'm really happy that I now got all the step downs, and I guarantee you for next time, if I ever have to show this again, I can make a really good tempura shrimp better next time. Okay, that is all to it on how you can make this delicious and crunchy shrimp tempura at home. And before I end this video, I will show you how to make a tempura dipping sauce. I just use regular soy sauce. The soy sauce is the Golden Mountain. 2 tablespoons of regular soy sauce. I also use rice vinegar, the one that you add into the sushi rice to make sushi. I use half tablespoon of rice vinegar. 2 teaspoons of sugar. You can use boiled water that is already cooled down, or you can use filtered water. You will add 2 tablespoons of water. I also add half tablespoon of oil that is from the shrimp that we fried and the chicken earlier. This sauce has a really similar taste to the sauce that we have at the restaurant, and it has a touch of sweet, but you cannot taste the rice vinegar that we added. I hope this video will give you some idea on how you can make this delicious shrimp tempura at home for you and your family. And if you have any questions in the process, don't forget to leave in the comment box below. I will check it and I will try to answer your question to the best that I can. Okay, thank you all so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more delicious homemade recipes. Thank you. Bye for now.